Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Yeah. Wednesday, baby. Getting to it in the weekend. January is kind of a quiet month. There's not a ton of stuff. And, actually, I'm not hating on it. It's all good because it's going to pick up soon enough. But, yeah, we're kind of quiet. Just to let you know, it looks like on the calendar right now, as I know some people were asking, Cocktails and Karaoke going to be back on the 18th of January. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Looks like we're going to be heading to City Place, Blue Martini there.
Okay.
So if you want to know, that's going to be kind of our debut for 2019, going out and checking it out. So that's it.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to challenge myself to do songs that are brand new. I can't hear a thing. I'm having a tough time talking and hearing. Hello?
Are you okay?
I can't hear anything.
What do you mean?
And it's hard to talk and hear. I got to take this out. I couldn't concentrate on what I was saying. Oh, my God. You ever have that?
Are you having a meltdown?
Where you can't hear and you're trying to talk and your words aren't matching your thoughts?
Is the problem in your head or is the problem in the equipment?
The equipment.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I'm back.
What's going on?
We didn't know what you were doing.
Well, you can't. I could sort of hear what you were saying, and my hearing was blocked, so I really couldn't hear myself either. Denny's, edit this part out of the podcast. I'm so sorry. It was. Do you know when you're playing something in your ear and you're trying to talk and it's in your ear and you can't really concentrate on the thought and speaking at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it just happened.
Okay, all right.
So what is it you're listening to?
Your murmurs.
Huh?
Let's move on, man.
Our
I've really
murmurs?
tanked the podcast already.
He's a bizarre cat. Kevin, you hired him. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
look within Chicago.
I'm just having major hearing problems over here
Okay. Do you need to go to like an ear specialist?
with my headphones.
What?
Oh.
What?
Okay.
What?
Let me see. We got somebody here that wants to help you out. Felix said, I was listening to Jay Bird and his travel woes and how you had to take just a piece of masking tape and write Jay Bird on it when you were traveling with your suitcase. And I went on to Amazon and I've actually ordered you Bigfoot luggage tags.
Well, that is kind.
What?
They're being delivered to the radio station early next week.
Oh, that's
see,
very
that's,
nice. Well, thank you, my friend.
Bigfoot luggage tags.
So next time you go to Oregon, you'll have that on your bag and you should be able to check and see.
That's a nice gift.
Oh, it's a very nice gift.
That is very nice.
Let me see. I did not see anything about it on the news, but some people are hitting me up about something that might happen at Duncan Middle today. There's some stuff that's on social media.
Duncan Middle.
Yeah. In fact, somebody sent me a Facebook post of a chick I know, actually, Tanya. That says, this is what my son got from a friend at his school. They saw this on Instagram. What do y'all think? And what shall I do? My son is afraid to go to school. Please share. And it said, true, school shooters always got to learn that architecture. What is it? There was some kind of a lockdown or some stuff. So I don't know if it's somebody that's putting some stuff up on social media. This kind of stuff is happening again, but it looks like somebody kind of like put a threat and actually put an actual student's face on there. And so, that stuff is happening and going around. And I did get a couple texts. Joe Ponton, he said, is there a possible shooter suspect at Duncan? My friend sent this and said my kids aren't going back today, maybe even not this week. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Some people had asked if we could look into it. And I had the news on, and I did not see anything pop up there, and I have not seen anything at all that is...
That's scary, though.
Yeah. No, okay, let me see. Police investigating threat to Watson B. Duncan Middle School. Okay, this is coming up. Confirmed they are investigating a threat made online. A student said on social media that he would shoot up Duncan Middle. In the post, he said he was looking for the best place to start and warned other students to watch out. Police have not identified the student who made the threats. Developing story.
Wow.
So that's what I know about it. But here in South Florida, obviously, some very serious stuff that you can't do. I mean, that's, every day there is still a story that's popping up about Stoneman Douglas. Today, the latest is that Sheriff Scott Israel has told his staff that he expects to be suspended by Governor DeSantis, who just got sworn in, I think, yesterday.
Really?
I think that's kind of his one thing is he's just like, yeah, that's your crew, and it was terrible. They say the suspension is imminent.
Oh.
Yeah, they came under fire. The response was less than desirable. Only 3 sheriff's deputies arrived at the scene of the shooting, but they all stood outside and were like, okay, you go in. I'm not going in.
See, that to me is the most messed up thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
If I was a parent of one of those kids that died, and I know a few of them have been vocal about this very thing, you're sworn in to protect and serve. You're the only guy with a gun.
Yeah.
How the F do you stand outside knowing that kids are dying every second?
Policy, I think, has been changed. That is the one thing they're saying is like there's never even a question about it if there is an active
Establish
shooter.
a perimeter?
Yeah, that's
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, and I've got a couple friends that are sheriffs in both counties, and they have all actually even spoken to me that, yeah, it's horrific. It's
disgraceful.
Just disgraceful, despicable. Anybody
All of you,
yeah.
whoever did that, established a perimeter while they knew shots were being fired, should just leave the force.
Yeah.
It's not cut out for you. I know it's not cut out for me. That's why I'm not a cop. I don't have the balls to do it. But you did. You signed up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's part of what comes with the territory. You never know when you leave your house. It could be your last day, but that's just it. You are that kind of person and cut from that cloth that you would rather run into the face of imminent death and danger than to sit back and watch someone else be a victim. So that's if you don't have that kind of temperament, then don't get into the field. But yeah, I think a lot of things are going to change, but South Florida and I think the rest of the country is up in arms when these things happen. And, you know, as a parent, I've got kids. I got a kid that is coming up into that age where that kind of stuff could happen, that you're just always trying to monitor, and you'd hope your kid would never do anything that dumb. So, you know, to post something like that online. So we'll see. And I think they're talking about the trial, whether or not they're going to get it going this year or next year for the shooter down there at Douglas. Been a big issue. Got a couple emails, some stuff to check out. They're trying to soak a little bit more out of the old Narcos story. I think it's because it's done so well for Netflix.
It has. It's just a great watch.
But they're saying, hey, South Florida's got a lot of the Narcos history in it, so they've got a couple shows that are going on. I thought it had, but it looked like a new article on the Sun Sentinel website about the Catherine Zeta-Jones, Griselda Blanco version. Denise texted in or sent an email and said that version actually came out months ago on Lifetime, and it was terrible.
Really?
So that's very disappointing.
It doesn't sound good to me.
Yeah, I was mesmerized by, I don't know, was it Cocaine Cowboys 2 that focused on her?
It was.
Mesmerized by that, and her son that was featured on that Cocaine Cowboys 2, he's on that new, whatever that show is that's on VH1, I think it is, debuted just this week. It's about the kids of former narcos in Miami. But it doesn't look that exciting. Like, you know, the excitement was what their parents were in. You know, the fact now that they're opening up a tattoo shop and hanging out playing dominoes on Calle Ocho, I'm like, yeah.
It wasn't that fascinating. The thing that sucks you in with those shows is not playing dominoes.
Yeah.
It's like the gun battles of Narcos. It's the drama and the intrigue and the relationships and the backstabbing. And
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. I mean, I'm sorry. Kids playing dominoes.
And part of it is they have the kids telling the stories of, yeah, I remember when I was, 5 and the feds came busting in, knocking my parents down, then they disappeared for years, and, I'm staying with mi abuela. So that's the kind of stuff you're getting from it. She also said Griselda Blanco's son, Michael Corleone, did a documentary on ID Channel last week. The show is called Evil Lives Here. It was amazing. So the other one was good. If you're going to watch one, watch Evil Lives Here with Michael Corleone Blanco. It shows you his perspective growing up and seeing his mother's lifestyle. So that might be the one to check out.
There you go.
I'm thinking about watching Cocaine Cowboys, both of them again.
Yeah.
Because I had watched it so long ago and I was fascinated by it. And then I had seen Narcos and I remember parts of it. Now I want to go back and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember all
They
this.
talked about that on Narcos.
Yeah, it's cool.
It
Yeah.
is fascinating because on Narcos, you did get more character development.
Mm-hmm.
I really grew to empathize with Pablo. I mean, I never thought I would say, oh, I'm on Pablo's side.
But again,
if you would have told told me going into it that I would be on Pablo's side.
Yeah, but Narcos isn't completely you know what I mean? It's not all real. They're doing a lot of it to, play on your heartstrings.
He seemed like such a great family guy, Jay
I know.
He's bad, but he's got this soft, sweet daddy side.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did.
Yeah.
They got me.
Yeah, it might be something to go watch. There's a couple documentaries that I just love about South Florida that are out there. They're really good. To me, if you live in South Florida, there's a couple shows that you need to watch. Yeah, both the Cocaine Cowboys, and I love the one that they've done on ESPN, 30 on 30. They did one on the U, which is actually, it's very fascinating too. I'd recommend that. It's about Miami Hurricane football, and you may be like, I can't stand football. But the thing that's interesting about it, what they did, Billy Corbin's the one that put it together. The thing that's so good about it, they talked about the temperament of Miami at the time and how, Miami football wove into that. They were having riots in Overtown, and there was a lot of racial tension. And then, you go to Coral Gables, and it was all white bread, and there was nobody that was black at all there. And then here they come in, and Schnellenberger changed the course of that and started bringing in these kids from Overtown into Coral Gables. And
it shakes things up.
It shook things up. And it was very fascinating. And to me, I always want to know about the community I live in. And if you want to find a clear-cut, quick thing to get appreciation of the community in the area you live in, those 3 documentaries would be like going, okay, I understand what came before me and what has built what I see now. And so, yeah, those are 3 must-see if you were like, okay, what do I need to watch? Yeah, even more so. And there's so many. I mean, South Florida's had so many good ones, from Scarface to the Miami Vices. So many awesome movies and TV shows that have been, based in South Florida. Even Dexter. I got to tell you, honestly, I mean, aside from Los Angeles and New York.
Something About Mary was set in
That's
South
right.
Florida.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
I know.
It's so good.
Yeah. Some really good stuff. So those are ones that I would recommend checking out. And, if you're a sideline football fan, check out the U, 30 on 30. You can find it on demand. Let me see here. Arlen correcting me about the TV show Shameless. What is the little black boy is not adopted. He's one of the siblings. The joke is more about how the father is such a degenerate that he uses the little boy to get more sympathy and handouts from people, and it works better just because he's the, quote, little black boy. Okay. That's what it was. But yeah, we were talking about things overly PC and whatnot, and how that TV show, Shameless, was really kind of shaking it up. In fact, the chick we played singing today that was in Beauty and the Beast, she was on that show. She just quit. She was been on there for 7 years and just left it, whatever her name was. She was just, was she the one who was Mary Poppins? I think that was her.
No, that's Emily Blunt.
Yeah, who was the chick that was on Shameless?
I don't know. I didn't see that one. It wasn't Anne Hathaway. Who was the other chick in the singing thing we did?
Emmy Rossum. Emmy Rossum. Okay,
Okay.
that's right. Emmy Rossum is the one. And Emmy Rossum was the one that was in Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, Emily Blunt. Yeah, I get those 2 chicks confused. There are a couple of people that, like, they're just too similar. Like, what is that with, like, in Hollywood? You've always had, it seems like somebody has their, you got Chris Pratt, Chris Pine.
Yeah, triple Chris over here knows your pain.
I think it's quadruple Chris. I think there's 4 Chris's that
But the
are.
Chris P, Pratt and Pine, it's like, and they
tricky.
kind of are in the same avenue. That's what's tricky. You're always like going, wait, you guys have to do completely different stuff.
I don't think I could tell them apart if you walked them in here right now.
Emmy Rossum and Emily Blunt. Okay.
Chris Hemsworth. There's so many damn Chris's.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, it is. It's very confusing. Yeah, anyway, Arlen just said, thanks for all the old shows. I've been listening for over 10 years. I feel like it becomes such a big part of my life every day. I'm a single mom who just had a baby all alone. I don't know how I would have made it through those 9 months without the KVJ show.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it is. Never stop being awesome. So thank you so much for all the work you do with the little smiles. Well, Michelle said, I want to get y'all's opinion on CBD oil. I suffer from anxiety, and I just started taking the oil, and OMG, it seriously helps. So much better than being on prescription meds. I purchased mine from a vitamin shop, and the bottle states it's THC-free, but I still feel a little druggy. I'm from Houston, and what I was told is it's completely legal. Not sure about Florida, though.
Yeah, it's you can get them over the counter, and people really are swearing by them. People with sleep problems.
Remember our old business manager, Cynthia?
Yes.
So she sells CBD oil, and I always see it on her Instagram that she's selling it. If I needed it, if I had anything that I wanted to try and heal, I would totally be down with that.
I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, whether...
Why wouldn't you want to fix yourself?
Yeah, I'm not sure if there really is a controversy of people outraged about that oil. I don't think anybody... Why would they be?
No, I really don't think so either. You know, I was talking to my parents who are definitely on the conservative side of life when they were down here.
Very.
And, I don't even think they have a problem with it because, I mean, when you take out a lot of the THC that gets you high and it's just good for the medicinal purposes, and you've got so many problems. You know, my wife works in that industry now in Delray Beach. And every day she's coming home with just terrible stories of people that are losing their lives because of all the opioids that are out there and what's happening now. And I mean, you know, just several deaths at her place in the last couple of months, and they go out in the parking lot and there's dead people in their cars. And
there's so many stories in the news that break my heart of parents in cars or in their house overdosing and dying.
Yeah.
And there's literally toddlers in the baby seat in the back seat, or a toddler in the house alone for 3 days with 2 dead bodies. Like, it is sad, people.
Well, so someone was one of our events said, you know, I've heard you guys really bash prescription pills and all that.
Yeah.
And they were saying, I take them and I take them responsibly, and you know, you shouldn't bash things you don't know. And the thing I said to that person was, you're doing it responsibly. If you're taking it, you're not overdosing, and you're not, you know, a lot of people, they end up, especially with prescription drugs, you know, a lot of that anxiety stuff, they'll start off taking the one the doctor says, and they start tripling up on that stuff. I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I've read enough on it and studied it and hear enough from my wife that what it does in the brain is, you know, after a while, it's like with the pain and the pain sensors. I know 3 different people, not druggies at all, that got hooked on the pain stuff, and you have to keep taking it to stop the pain that happens in your body. And the articles that I've read on it is people are getting hooked with no intention of abuse. They're taking exactly what's prescribed of them, but there's some faulty science that is happening with some of these prescription drugs that are getting people legitimately hooked where their body craves it. And if they don't take it, they wind up in pain that they just can't go about their day.
The withdrawal.
It's not even,
worse.
It's like there's in physical pain. It's like you can't focus. You cannot do anything else in your life unless you have that opioid in your body just to function at a normal level. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And it really takes captive those people. And I am hearing too many of those stories that we need to find alternatives to the opioids, because people that don't have that tendency are not in it for the buzz, are just in it because it was doctor prescribed. They are getting down a bad path because of it. So, yeah, I am very anti-opioid, or at least really working hard right now. You know, my father just went through a knee replacement. There was nothing he could have done. I mean, he was in so much pain. I saw him when we first brought him home from the hospital, and he was just like in agonizing, like can't breathe, kind of like just so much pain.
That was before the
he had to take a pill. We got a pill in him, and in about 20 minutes, he was like, okay, I can actually, my knee, I can still feel it throbbing horribly, but I
can think again.
Sometimes people are in so much pain. And that's legit. When you go through certain procedures and operations, you are in so much pain. You're like going, if it doesn't stop, like I would kill myself. Like I can't take this pain. I am in so much pain that you're not sleeping. You're not anything. You're like, it has to stop. Somehow it has to stop.
What happened to his knee? Just time?
No, it's a knee replacement.
Okay, but what does that mean? Does that mean
he has a whole new knee? But they took out his old knee and put in a new knee.
But why did he need a new knee?
He plays tennis and it just wore down.
It was need-based.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He really needed it.
He needed it.
Needed it, yes.
Wow, your dad plays tennis too. We got
father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know Kim's dad is not Kevin's dad, right? Kevin's not married to his sister.
I'm not having a good podcast. And believe me, the audience is letting me know about it.
Oh. Don't read the comments, boo. I told you.
I'm fucking around. Although, no, they are angry, but I'm not.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my take on it. Yeah, I do try to read as many articles on it. I'm not going to say that I am totally proficient on the knowledge of it, but I read as much as I can, and I don't do any prescription pills. And I don't know a lot about the marijuana stuff, but just from the concepts that I know and have read and talked to doctors and whatnot, if you can do it, it would be nice to find that marijuana replacement if you could get it.
Once again, somebody's pod curious over there.
I'm pro pot. I mean, what I've studied, like I said, it's not personal, but what I've read about and what I've talked to people about, I can't even. How would you not?
Kevin's not pro pot. He's pro people.
Yes.
And it's healing people.
It seems like the best option.
It sounds like you just smoked a joint. Is that pro pot, man? It's pro people.
It's pro people, bruh.
Yeah.
Kevin lifts up people.
This is kind of fun. Got this email here from Kat Mack. She said, happy 20th anniversary, KVJ. I want to share this picture that I took with Kevin and Virginia from the year 2000.
Aww.
You guys were celebrity judges at Santa Lucia's High School for the Big Man on Campus Male Beauty Pageant. My best friend Liz and I took this photo with you. We grew up listening to you guys, and we've been fans since the days of Big Pimpin' with Granny B. We were at one of your Wild Quest competitions ages ago and went to the Vanilla Ice house party when it was at the German American Club. Our friend even dated Jaybird for a brief period of time. I'm sorry, she was crazy.
Aww.
Now we're both married with toddlers, and we still laugh our asses off at your show. It's been a pleasure to grow up and grow old with you. Liz and I hope to make it out to one of your big events this year and make it a mom's night out. Love to share a drink with you all after 20 years of laughing so hard I cried. I do remember that event, the Big Man on Campus. Do you remember that, Virginia? We were sitting in the front row. We were judging it.
Yes, I do.
And I remember it because there was one dude that came out, took off his shirt. He did like a somersault right in front of us, and his crotch, he was like thrusting up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Well,
what are the rules here?
Yeah, and it was like, I'm like, all right, I was not expecting that, and I think he got in trouble for it. I think he got suspended or something. They sent an email and apologized, and like,
I gave him high marks. I don't know about you.
Virginia loved it. I was a little shell-shocked. But you can take a look at this photo, and they took it apparently when I was sleeping and smiling, but my eyes are closed. But look at them frosted tips, Virginia.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Look how young you were. You had on a tie?
Yeah. Or I had a black shiny tie, frosted tips.
Who's the friend I dated?
They didn't say.
Okay.
And I don't think
Someone's
they're
holding on to
photographed
that.
Well, I'd like to know who they're talking about.
I would, too. Spill
They
the
did not
tea.
say. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Thank you for the photos. In fact, with it be the 20th, I'd love if you have any old photos of us. We don't have enough. Like, I want to be able to put together some montages from the years and kind of start working on that project so that people can kind of see if we can figure out what year what happened. Put together like, okay, here was us in 2000, whatever it might be. Yeah. I think we were 25 there, Virginia.
We were.
I feel like there's been times when 'cause you guys would frequent the same places I would frequent. I found that out after. I wonder if there's ever been a time I was in a bar or a place where you guys are at.
I'm sure, because we were always up in the bar.
And I didn't listen to radio, so I didn't know who you guys were. I had no idea. When I went to the interview, I didn't know who you guys were.
That's fine.
So, well,
No research.
no, zero research.
Zero effort.
No, it really was. But I wonder, because you guys used to go to the Fridays I would go to.
We did.
You guys would go to Bradley's when I would go to Bradley's.
Way too much.
Yeah, me too. I was always in the fucking bar.
I'm sure we were in the same places.
Probably, yeah. Well, we were still, even then, day drinkers, I think, a lot because of the schedules.
We loved to leave the radio station and go just get our drink on.
Well, I remember that's kind of how we would have meetings. We would leave right after the show, and we would have a meeting at that ice box, that shithole. We can say that, right?
We
Yeah.
loved the icebox. They had these chicken wings, and they were so good. And
They were good, that's
it
right.
was our trailer trash cheers. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Right by the airport. Is it still there?
I think it changed names. That the structure's there, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's a different name. It's not called the Icebox anymore. I think it's got a different name. But yeah, the place is still there. It's just, I think, under different management. So I don't know what the chicken wings are like. And I remember they had a special cook that she was making them that way.
Yes. What was her name?
I can't remember now, but I can picture her.
We loved her so much. We would hug on her.
Yeah, we'd always go back and say hey to her when we got there.
And
yeah.
she would make it the wings, and she would make them with extra sauce, Bird. Oh,
Yep.
she did it right for
Little
us.
TLC.
Thomas in the chat room said, first time I ever saw Kevin, he was the South Florida fair at the fair doing one of the rides as the DJ. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The Himalaya.
Yeah, that was a promotion that we did where I, ran it, and I remember running it, and like halfway through, I'm like, going, why am I doing this? Like, I'm like,
Wait, was I on the show or was that before?
It might have been before you, yeah, because every year we're always looking to do something with the South Florida Fair, and so yeah, one year I went out there because when I was a kid, and I remember I'd gone on the radio, the Ohio State Fair was a big, massive fair that they had. It's still one of the biggest in the country. And I remember when I was a kid, we would always imitate the guy that worked on the Himalaya, be like, enjoy your ride on the Himalaya. And he was playing like Billy Squire, Everybody Wants You. And I just remember as a kid, that was my childhood memories.
That's a legend.
He'd be playing this trashy music, and it was all like, yeah, all right, I'm ready. You put your hands on rack stacks to the best all wax. You got it right now. Put your hands up in the air. And he was
That
like,
is good, kid.
the entire time. And so, yeah, when I was a kid, we'd always imitate the guy that worked the Himalaya. And so they're like going, hey, why don't you come out and work the Himalaya for an hour? I'm like, yeah. And then like 10 minutes into, I'm like going, why am I doing this?
That's funny.
Yeah, so he was one of the people that was riding. But yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, it was a while ago.
I kind of like hearing people's first time meeting you guys.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to put kind of all those stories together. Maybe people that have
Yeah.
stories, we get them on camera, and that'd be kind of cool to put together a little bit of a documentary, 20 years of KVJ sometime this year, and kind of get people's stories when they've seen us out, and we've done stuff.
Not all stories. Some stories I don't know if you'd make the doc.
There is definitely some good ones. Justin, who was one of our producers years ago, he's now in Knoxville. He actually has been on TV. He was on Amazing Race.
Yes,
a couple
he came
years
in
ago.
second.
Yeah, came in second on Amazing Race.
And for a while, he and his girl were leading, and they
Yeah.
were running a really strong race. But
Yeah.
they ended up coming in second, and I was very sad.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to win it all. I
He-
mean, it had been $1 million or whatever they give away.
Yeah, he and that girl they're a great couple, and they're now married, and they've got a baby, and so he's doing great in Knoxville up there. He's working radio, and so he was hit me up, and he's like, "When I remember we used to do those like once a week. We just go out, and it wouldn't be any we wouldn't talk radio. We just go out and kind of hang out." And he said, I remember we'd always go to the ice box. And I'm like, yeah, you remember the time that we set the stool on fire with the Dr. Pepper flaming shots?
Well, I was like
Flaming Dr. Pepper shots?
I was trying to find my childhood. Like back in the day, growing up in the French Quarter, we used to go to this place called the Gold Mine, and they had this big nasty wheel, and you would spin the wheel. It was so gross.
Yeah.
But wherever it landed, that was only $1 for the next hour. And so
Okay.
we would always be standing there and go, Flaming Dr. Peppers, please land on Flaming Dr. Peppers, because the other things weren't as fun. I mean, Flaming Dr. Pepper is a shot, it is a beer, and it is on fire.
What a fun promotion. That's a great idea.
It is, yeah.
They would spin the wheel, and then the whole hour it was Flaming Dr. Peppers. So I tried to recreate it at the ice box, but I think we tried to recreate it too close to the wooden blinds.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, our Flaming Dr. Pepper caught on fire on the blinds at first, and then it started going up the wall.
Yeah, I remember we set them on a wooden stool. So the stool caught on fire, and then we almost burnt down the ice box.
Wooden blinds.
Which truly, I mean, if we would have burned down the ice box, that might have broke us.
God would have said thank you.
Well, I think I remember years later, didn't they outlaw flaming shots like in Florida?
I mean, duh, they should.
Yeah, I'm like, well, why is this legal? Like,
We were idiots.
Boy, if
probably
that place
shouldn't be
could talk,
happening.
though. That place got some stories.
Oh my gosh, we tore it up in the ice box.
Yeah, we did.
Even though we were very intoxicated a lot of times we were there, I still remember so much and so many moments, and it's so fond in my memory, those people and our friends.
yeah.
We would go there. Would go to the Bone. What was the one place on the Bone Grill or the Bonefish Grill? It's the one right off Okeechobee Boulevard. We'd always go there, right on the corner, Okeechobee Military.
Oh, is it like Island Jacks
Island
now?
Jacks. That's what. I think it was
yeah.
called something different. But we'd always go there. We'd play darts there. Kevin
Yeah.
tried to set me up on an impromptu date, and he was trying to be so slick. And halfway through, I'll go, Kevin's trying to set me up on a date right now.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, it was called Bonefish something or other. And then I think when Bonefish Grill came in, they had to flip the name on it.
They
to
did.
Island Jacks. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, but back in the day it was. Yeah, because then I remember if you were here around 20 years ago, it used to be a Hooters. Island Jacks was a Hooters. I remember
was.
the
It
first time I ever
was. That
set
was
foot
the
in there.
Hooters.
Yeah, the first time I ever set foot in there, it was a Hooters at the time.
That is way long ago.
We stepped
Yeah.
foot in there quite a few times.
Yeah. when it was Hooters, and I've been through the whole thing. So.
And remember, they used to have that brewery place across the street.
Yeah, they had those really good rules with the icing thing
Hops?
on it. It was maybe hops. Yeah, I think so.
They
And that
made
was
their own-
before.
That was
like-
before breweries were a thing.
Right.
They were making their own beer on the corner of Okeechobee and Military.
Sure were.
Yeah, I remember when Roxy's was at a different place too. Roxy's was like on the side. I think
It was by where the pawn shop is now.
Yeah. Oh, is that where? Yeah, it
Yep,
was.
It
That's
was. It was
right.
upstairs.
Gosh, man, that was my stomping ground. 18, 19 years old, going to Roxy's.
Yeah.
There in a place
Oh,
called
Roxy's. Wait a minute.
No, Roxy's.
I'm thinking
in-
Lost Weekend.
No, Roxy's is in the same place. In fact, the first time I went to Roxy's was before they redid it. You actually would walk into Roxy's and you would step down into Roxy's and where they had the bar. And then they refabbed Roxy's and
And
ripped the
built
whole
it
place
up.
out and
So
built it up.
It looked
but
way different.
Looked
then.
way
looked
different.
Way
Yeah.
different. Yeah, the old
I was
Roxy's.
thinking Lost Weekend.
And
Okay.
Roxy's has been there forever, and it was really trashy, and it's nice now. But 20 years ago, if you went to Roxy's, you would walk in and you would step down. The bar was down and off to the right. Now you walk into Roxy's and it's right in the middle.
Okay, because
Down
it looked
Clematis.
way different. Yeah, that place was big. And
That was big. Dax was huge. It used to be on the corner there of Olive and Clematis, and that's where Virginia and I used to go. And now it's just a place that can't stay open.
No, you're right.
Gatsby's was another one that was popular back in the 90s, 2000.
And they used to have what was the Irish bar that they used to have? They own the dog track. What's the name of
Rooney's.
Them? Rooney's. Yeah, they used to have Rooney's.
Yes.
Which is right now where Grease is on Clematis. So all kinds of different bars. Yeah.
The place next to Greece is flipped. It's now a new place. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was
that
down there
place
on
has always been
Saturday. I
sketchy.
ran into Lois Frankel right there in front of Greece.
Okay.
And
Lois.
she speaks fondly of both of you and wanted me to tell you hi.
Still miss
She
Lois.
still smiles. She was with a friend that didn't know who we were or know anything about us at all. And she was telling the friend about when we toilet papered her neighbor's house.
Yeah.
But she's smiling the whole time. She's telling the story to her friend, and it was really sweet.
I mean, that could have gone so terrible. She was really cool about that. I saw someone
Yeah.
on social media saying, "Oh, she got upset." She never got upset.
No.
Actually, she was very cool about the whole thing.
I mean, in the beginning, she was like, "You did what?"
But
she never yelled at us.
No
she never
way.
got mad. She talked about us for a while. She was telling her friend too about the lap dance that you came and gave her in her office.
could you imagine toilet papering a political person's yard now,
No.
and then B, giving that person a lap dance?
No.
Neither one of those things can happen today.
You can't.
Good stuff. We got away with back in the past.
We did. Memories.
And I want to say this, Sherry sent this in. Today is LEAD, L-E-A-D. It's National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Wear blue to show your support to our law enforcement out there. Wear blue, display a blue light, or thank a cop today. Thank you for the heads up on that. Definitely would like to do that. And I was not aware until you sent the email. So I'll let other people know. If you believe in law enforcement like we do, or at least I do, then definitely go and support.
Amen. I believe in them because literally, without law enforcement this morning, I wouldn't have made it to work.
I believe in law enforcement too.
Good. I don't want to speak for everybody.
Kind of need laws.
Yes. Amen, brother.
Yeah, somebody, we got a photo in here from the Rum Bar back in the day, 2012.
Rum bar, yeah.
Rum bar, yeah. We told my tit came out at Rum Bar. Remember that?
I remember some jerk off grabbed your tit
Yeah.
too.
A guy who was a gay guy. I don't even know why he wanted to bring it out, but he did. And that was drama.
Got a little too familiar.
There was always some kind of bullshit going on at Rum Bar. There was always some drama. There was a storyline going on every time I'd go there.
Remember that time we took the boat to Rum Bar? Oh my gosh.
No.
No.
I do not. We took a boat to Rum Bar.
Maybe you weren't there. I don't know. I peed, but like there was a little shack in the back, all the way at the back end
Yeah,
of Rum Bar.
I remember that, yeah.
And the line for the bathroom was so long. I'm like, fuck this line. I'm not standing in that line. And so I went and peed behind the little shack.
Yeah.
And I think the manager like got wind of it, and midstream he like tried to like ask me to leave. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Always a lady.
Always a lady.
I mean, could that be any more of a trashier story? I mean, were you smoking too?
yeah, I'm going to pee where I want, like it or not.
Kev, I was in midstream.
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun.
All right, well, you got something fun like that, send it to us, mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. Got a lot of single dudes as well sending in their stuff so that they can go up on our Instagram. So that is some good stuff. We'll hopefully be having, while we got them, we'll be posting them up there on the Bachelor Gram. You can also go and check up today if you want to go see Will. We had him on the show earlier. Like what you see, single ladies, just go shoot him a little bit of a message. It's up there right now. You can see his handsome mug.
Yeah, you can.
Yep.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, 29-year-old dude from Jensen, likes fishing, video games, and drinking beer.
He looks a lot like Kevin, and he has that patented smug smirk down.
Yeah, what's not to love there then, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, so there you go. So go send him a message, and maybe you can find love on the KVJ Show Instagram. Y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.